Okay, now, if I was to be a preacher, right, and I was to teach you from Psalms 90, right, how would that inspire you if I'm not one side? So if I'm not the example, right, how am I inspiring you in your present circumstances, right? So what I asked the Bible, just 9 too, right? Because I had forgot. So, because like I'm saying, right, my life is being written. It's not written down. See, now I can go and ask the Bible about something similar to my life, right? So I asked this computer right here. See, I don't have no Bible. If you gave me a Bible, I wouldn't be able to find nothing but Genesis and Revelation. And if you got too far off in Genesis, it's gonna take me a minute because I don't know nothing about the Bible. Nothing. That's what I'm telling people, right? So I'm saying, but now that I get to ask these questions, and see, man, maybe somebody can answer them, right? So now I'm saying, if I'm a preacher, this how I'm doing it, right? So I'm saying, hey, they say it's two sides to every story. Now you don't want to hear my side, but you want me to tell you about Psalms 90. So okay, now I'm saying it says, Lord, you have been our dwelling place. Now I'm saying, well, hey, man, inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, I, for whom simple name is, see, but now that's in my testimony, right? But now that I'm talking to you personally, see, I'm saying, hey, when I was in court, I saw this like David saw this. And look, let me read it. This is Psalms 90, Bible Hub edition of the King James Version. See, this me teaching it now. I'm not preaching it. I'm breaking it down. So I'm saying this is Psalms 90, verses 1 through 17. See? Now, I'm saying it says, Lord, you, right, have been our dwelling place. So, see, I'm saying, should I take myself out or should I read this to you to show me approved by this that I'm reading? Because I'm saying, I see what he's saying. See, now, you doing what he said. See, that's a crime. So what I'm doing is I'm going to get your crime and teaching it to you so you will stop being a criminal. So I'm saying a prayer of Moses, the man of God. This is what it says. So now, see, I'm in the image of Moses because I'm writing my own Torah, just like he wrote his, right? And I'm telling the next generation, just like he told me, how the Israelites enslaved him. And I'm saying, man, my family did that to me. See, it doesn't matter if they think they right. I'm saying, what about me? What about my wife? What about my kids? See, you believe what you believe, but now you don't want to stand up for what you believed. It's like you done backslid, but you threw me out to the public. But now you want to hide your hand. And I'm saying, well, how can you not be my family now if you was the one put me in a mental hospital? So you made that part of my story. So now, see, I'm saying, so now am I now saying a prayer of Moses, the man of God? And this is David now. And I asked too, I say, why nobody speak of Moses? But now I see David did. Because they say he is the one that wrote Psalms, right? Okay, hold on. I'm going to look it up to see. Because sometimes they say he get credit for it, and then sometimes they say it don't. So who wrote Psalms? Because it say some of them is not here, somebody else wrote them. Psalms 90. So I'm going to be Psalms 90. And now let me see, go. According to its title, A Prayer of Moses, the Man of God, Psalms 90 was authored by Moses. Oh, see, now that's what I'm saying. See, okay, now they saying so when did Moses write Psalms? Because it say he only wrote Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, and hold on, let me look it up. What scriptures did Moses write? See, that's what I'm saying, man. But that's what I'm saying. If you don't have a hard copy, then the 5 books, that was saying, 5 books. They're saying the 5 books of Moses here. Man, this shit, now, boy, I tell you, man. See, now you used to go straight to this. Now all of a sudden you can't go straight to it. See, that's why I keep telling y'all kids, man, y'all better get out of these computers, man, because I've been reading on how they can just take history, like what they did, what they go and bomb it, right? See, but right now what they do is they hide it. Man, it used to be you go right to it. Now look at it, it won't even tell me. Man, you usually can go right to it now and saying something about some 5 books or something, but it ain't telling you what the books are. Okay. Genesis, Exodus. See, man, come on, man. This is a shit. See, y'all, this is what I'm saying, right? How you trust the devil to educate you? Now, this is why I tell you don't edit my books. See, don't edit it because now I can't find it. But y'all think I'm crazy. And I'm saying, all right, if you think I'm crazy, you go find now the 5 books. I can't find it. They said, what scriptures did Moses write? And they said, have you ever heard of the 5 books of Moses not actually composed by Moses? See what I'm saying, man? How do they know now all of a sudden you can't find what you looking for? But you supposed to be in the information age. And I'm here telling y'all, I'm saying, hey man, then I had a partner who I couldn't find the Declaration of Independence. And then when I found it, it was different than it was when I first read it. And I told my partner, I said, hey man, look, brother. And then he say he had to go to the original and found the one I was talking about. But yet, I'm saying, so you not going to help me now get us a news media that's going to have the archives of what's real. Like, I'm saying, man, I done went to the news media. I done went to all these places. Now, the knowledge that I got is no longer, I can't find it. See, but that's what I'm telling you. If I tell you their story, don't you see how they changing the knowledge that I'm telling you? So if they not hiding the knowledge, then you not gonna believe me in real life. And I'm saying, well, hey man, isn't this why you think I'm crazy? So anyway, I ain't even gonna trip on this. I can't find it and I don't care. Because I ain't no Bible thumper no way. See, I'm just telling y'all, but I'm just gonna read what I was saying. But look, okay, a prayer of Moses, the man of God. Now they saying Moses wrote Psalms, but that wasn't what it originally was. Hold on, let me see. It was Genesis, wait a minute, shit, I can do it because I know it when I see it. Now they don't want me to open the thing. Okay. But y'all, they done fucked up the man, y'all, man, this shit. That's why I keep telling y'all, boy, y'all better get off these computers. Okay, it's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Now they saying he wrote Psalms. Now what is true? See, now that'll start an argument, right? Now they done messed up what I was writing. See, like, hey, man, but hey, like I ain't really talking to y'all. I'm talking to my grandbabies, man. See, I'm saying, hey, this why granddaddy don't see, cause I know what they doing to me. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, I'm putting it out here. So when you see this, like when you see somebody like me, you will see that that person's not crazy, that the people around him is crazy. See what I'm saying? Because they believe something that's not relevant to their life. See, I'm saying I'm in court trying to free you from the hell I'm going through. And they telling you that what I'm going through is nothing compared to what Jesus went through. And I'm saying, but they selling that to you while they starving me, telling you he fed you with so many fish. See, that's what I'm saying. See, he fed you with so many fish, but they starving me. But look, okay, this is, like I say, Psalms 90, verses 1 through 9, the Bible Hub edition of the King James Version. So it says, a prayer of Moses, the man of God. Lord, thou hast been our dwelling place in all generations. Now, where, see, I'm saying now, if I'm saying that since I was born and now I'm a case law. See, I'm case law. Now, let me show you what, see, this is what I do, right? See, I break it down. See, I go from one book. See, I'm in the Bible. Now I'm finna show you me. See, and this is where they say I'm wrong when I put myself in it, right? But I'm saying, oh, well, now look, this, okay, this say a case lawyer. But see, this is what I like about the Black's Law Dictionary. Because when I'm looking for something else, it'll show me. So now, they don't look up case law. I got to go to another book. See what I'm saying? So see, if you was in my church, I have books all over the place, right? And I'll be going from one book to another book to another book. See, but your preacher gonna stay in one book. See, I'm gonna be in the Bible like I was in the Bible. Now I'm in the Black's Law Dictionary, and I was looking for case law, right? But I found case lawyer. And now, see, I'm saying now, not only am I case law, but I just found this while I was looking for case law. And I'm like, case lawyer? Boom, let me see. It says, now, see, then this is when I would say case lawyer, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as an attorney whose knowledge is largely confined to a specific field of expertise, right? So now I'm saying my freedom that I had to defend with my constitutional rights makes me the case lawyer for my specific expertise. See, I had to free myself and I had to become an expert in the law, because how else could I free myself in court? See, so now I could have went to college and cheated my way through and got a degree and still not be competent in what I got a degree in. That wouldn't be my field of expertise. See, that's when they would say, I'm just a lawyer. See, that's what y'all don't understand. It's lawyers, then it's specific lawyers. Like you have a tax attorney. You don't have a tax attorney doing a DUI case. See, you have a DUI attorney, but you don't have that attorney doing taxes. See, they lawyers, but they have a different expertise, right? So who in history other than Moses would have the expertise of freeing himself and then coming back and freeing others, who the history of it is the Israelites. So now, but I live now, right? So now I'm case law and I'm explaining to you the case. So now I'm going to the Webster's Dictionary. Okay, the Webster's Dictionary. Now I'm going to case law. Now, it's it's law established by judicial decisions in cases. See, so I'm a case inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. See, so that's when the case became an ark, and the ark is now a dwelling place. When you go inside of any courthouse, now they can't say that you can't open the New Testament. See, I'm saying, well, I'm giving this testimony in court. That's where you create case law. So now, if I'm wiser than the serpent and we in court and he and or it and they have made a case law against me, see, they done allowed people to sue me. So see, I'm saying, well, hey, I'm in court first suing. So now, how can you not see that that's repeat violence every time they sue me and I sued them first? And I'm saying, well, I didn't sue the courts until the courts aided and abetted Bill Hurd, who is the owner of Bill Hurd Chevrolet, and aiding and abetting the post office and sending me 0 checks. See, I'm saying this all personal. But I didn't want them to do this to you, so I made myself a case that you wouldn't be able to pay for because you didn't work for the post office. You didn't go through the things that I went through, so how could you pay the price that I paid? Even the people who worked for me wasn't willing to pay the price, so I'm paying the price for them. That's what I'm telling them. I'm saying, well, hey, man, I just took it from the stand-up talk at the Lockhart Branch Post Office or the Hiawassee Branch Post Office, and I took it into the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. So how am I not this dwelling place, see, for all generations? See, I don't know. So, okay, now this is how I would teach it, but you preachers would say I'm wrong, even though this is my truth. I would say a prayer of Moses, the man of God, Lord, see that, then I would say, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., thou hast been our dwelling place in all generations in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. And then the preachers would get mad with me. And I'm saying, well, that's true. So if this true, why wouldn't my story be true? So I'm saying, well, this wasn't true. Because in this generation, my truth is not a dwelling place for me. Because everybody lying on me in my generation. So how is this fulfilled in this generation? If I can't get out of court, but my truth in court and I'm out of court, but you won't give me my life back. So that's not Moses. You won't let me get into the promised land, but I wake up in it every damn day. Oh, I can't curse. My bad. See, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even want you in my church, but now I can't throw you out because I need help. See, that's torture, man. Because I'm not that type of person, man. I do stuff because my grandmama used to say, right? She used to say, and I used to say, and it's funny now that I think about it, but like, I'll walk over something, right? And she'll say, pick that up. And I'll say, that ain't mine. Right? So she say, do it have to be yours to pick it up? And I'm like, damn, she right. So now I pick it up, boom, boom. Cause she was right. Cause she was saying, well, if everybody throws something down, you gonna live in a nasty house? You see, so she had made it personal. And I was like, man, she right. So now I pick it up, put it, and then the person who threw it down, they'll get mad because they knew where it was, but you said it was on the floor. And then I used to say that to my mama. Like, she used to say, your room junky. And I used to say, I know where everything is. So she'll come in and clean it up. I don't know where nothing at. Mama, where this? Mama, where that? So that's what I'm saying. So, but when I grew up, see, that's what I'm saying about imperfection to perfection perfectly. See, I had to go back through my whole life, and now I can laugh. Because I'm saying, man, I remember when I was so smart that I was like, because I only knew what I knew. But as I got older and looked back on my maturity, I saw that I only knew what I knew. But then what I know now, that's when they say, boy, if I only knew then what I know now. Whew. See, because I was always smart as I was, but I was never as smart as I am. See, because now I have to learn. See what I'm saying? Before, I got whooped for learning. See, and it was by somebody else. See, and I'm saying, well, man, I don't understand how and what this got to do with me. How did he save me and you whooping me? I'm a 6-year-old child. You ask me what I'm going to do when I grow up. I say I'm going to save my people. You whoop me. I go to school the next day. They ask me what I'm going to do. I say I'm going to be a lawyer. They say you can't be a lawyer. See, I'm saying that's personal. Now I'm in court. They saying that I can't defend my wife and my 2 children, even though they gave me an oath when I was 18 years old to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So I'm saying, so now it's okay for me not to fulfill my oath. So now it's okay for me not to be a man of my word. See, so now to all generations. So I should let you lie to all generations, and it's gonna be a kid like me who come from the projects. You see what I'm saying? Who mama got on drugs, who daddy was on drugs. See, I'm saying now, how can they be embarrassed? And I wasn't supposed to be embarrassed to have parents that was on drugs. See, that's what I'm saying. What about the kid? Like, I'm saying, this is why I don't embarrass my children, because I have felt embarrassed. But my family told me that their life ain't got nothing to do with me. And I was a kid, so I had that understanding that, hey man, that's them. Now that's me. Now everybody want to tie me to them. And I'm saying, when did you see my wife on no street, man? When did you see us on drugs? But, oh, you smoke weed. Okay, that's not a drug. Who said that's a drug? That's a herb. But anyway, okay, now, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from the everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. I'm saying, so now that's Psalms 90, verse 2. And so I would say, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, for eternity and beyond infinity. See, I'm saying this, he's saying everlasting to everlasting. I'm saying After I went into the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida and decided to take over and take responsibility for the civil rights movement, because I personally benefited from the use of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 when I was 25 years old. And then when they took it from me again when I was 39, that's when I decided to take over the Exodus of Moses. See, with the power vested in me by Dr. Martin Luther King, for whom was the leader of the civil rights movement of that generation. See, so now I have taken the responsibility and I have fulfilled it in the court of law. See, so I'm done. What else can I do? See, if your leaders now don't tell you about when the truth set somebody free, then how would the truth ever set you free? Because I'm reading it, but they saying he adding to it. And I'm saying, I'm showing myself approved by it. See, I'm saying, well, hey man, I did this in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. And I didn't know nothing about this until I asked this computer about me. See, that's what I'm telling you. I'm saying I asked the computer about me. The computer tell me a bunch of scriptures, and then I pick what scripture I want. But I always like to go to the Old Testament, because the Old Testament testifying against the New Testament. So I'm saying, well, this is the oldest written evidence. And now they saying this was written by Moses. So now that's not 5 books, that's 6. Because Psalms is another book. So now, if we was in the court of law, the Torah would now be hearsay. See what I'm saying? Because some people saying Moses wrote 5 books, and now somebody's saying he wrote Psalms 90. That would make it 6 books. See, but do descendants of slaves see the inconsistencies in their belief? That's why they want to kill me, a man that's only telling them the truth. Isn't that in the Bible too? Didn't Jesus say the same thing? You seek to kill me, a man who only telling you the truth. See, but he said that he heard from his father. See, that's Joseph. And he's saying, because Joseph was his father. Joseph was a patriarch. He was a religious man. So you saying that Jesus didn't take the religion of his father, Joseph? He said to Abraham's seeds, he say, well, did not your father? See, he's saying your father taught you. Now here I am saying, well, my father told me if I ever got into trouble to go to the law library. So that's how I knew that a law library existed, because my father told me when he was in prison. So now, you saying that my father shouldn't get credit for me being able to save my children and my wife? Because he wrote back and told me if I ever get in trouble, how not to go where he was. He had to go to there to give me that knowledge. So did not my daddy pay the cost for me to now save our family from going his way? But now look at the church. Are they being like Jesus, or are they being like the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, the elders? Then wouldn't the judges now be Pontius Pilate? See, but I'm saying y'all don't want to look at it from that now to then. I'm saying, well, I'm in court. I done made it out of court. But now you starving me, and I'm telling you, you starving me, but you saying you not. Okay, now, thou turneth man to destruction, and sayest, return ye children of men. Now, did I not do that? See, it say thou, that would be me, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class, Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of the United States Navy. Turneth See, and I'll say legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally. See, because them is all the arenas that I had to defeat this devil in, right? See, before I can show my physical self as a fulfilled promise, as a vow to my wife and an oath to my country. See, so I came back fulfilling the vow to my wife that I made when I was 19 and the oath to my country that my country gave me when I was 18. I came back fulfilled, and then I'm reading Psalms 90 to show myself approved. So, see, so thou turneth man to destruction in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as on November 13th in 2023 at 5:25 in the morning. And saith, like I'm saying now, return ye children of men, see, to Four Castles Incorporated, and now Chancey Incorporated, to produce the vision that I see the children of men doing, right? See, I'm saying I've paid for everything just like my daddy paid for the knowledge he sent back to me. I'm paying for the knowledge I'm giving you. See, I'm in the image of my Father. Now, what image is these church fathers in according to the scripture? Are they before the mountain, or are they the mountains? See? Are they a dwelling place, or are they the den of thieves that Jesus said that you have turned my Father's house into a den of thieves? I'm not in no church, man. I'm inside of the judgment hall. So now, if it is now as it was then, and I'm the judge in the judgment hall, so if we went back then, wouldn't I be Caesar coming to then remove Pontius Pilate for him not protecting Jesus? Because now I'm the judge, because I would be Jesus. I would have to judge the high priest Caiaphas like I'm doing in the scriptures, right? But now my high priest Caiaphas is Pastor Willie C. Barnes, right? Then the Pharisees came, Judas came. See, they all came out of the Bible because they all playing themselves, right? Just like I'm playing myself, they playing themselves. But I had to really go into court and take the law from the judge and put the law back on the judge. Then I had to put the Bible on the high priest Caiaphas' descendants, the Pharisees' descendants, the chief priest descendants, the high priest descendants, the scribes' descendants, and the elders' descendants. Then I had to put the Quran on the Prophet Muhammad descendants. Then I had to put the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, and statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 on the descendants of Pontius Pilate. And then I had to put the 10 Commandments on Caesar. See, that's what I actually had to do. I had to bring Caesar in the form of the president into what would be the New Jerusalem, which is the judgment hall in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as in the federal. See, I brought the president through the federal courthouse, and then I showed him what happened to me in the civil. See, when did Jesus do that? Like, when did he call Caesar and make Caesar come 1,534 miles? That's how much it said when I looked it up, from Rome to Jerusalem, and defend Jesus. That's what I made the president, who took the same oath I took when I was 18. I made him come and personally and defend my children. When did Jesus do that? But now y'all want to kill me, but I'm saying, well, that's the truth. And how then am I not a legal dwelling place inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida? And how could Jesus not be a dwelling place in the judgment hall if that's where you took his life? So see, I'm supposed to be saved by Jesus. See, he's the blood of my lamb. See, but you say in church, he's the blood. See, that's why you a murderer. See, I'm saying I'm in court saving Jesus from being your lamb. See, wouldn't that be Moses? Because that Moses used an actual lamb and they ate it. So wouldn't Moses be the Last Supper? Why would death be the Last Supper when the scripture says that Moses, they had a Last Supper when they was in Egypt? So see, somebody lying, man. See, why we eat our last meal on earth and we don't eat our last meal in slavery, which was why they commemorated the Passover that Jesus went to commemorate. So see, shouldn't we still be commemorating what Jesus commemorated? See, why we're not celebrating the Passover? But we do. See, we call it the 4th of July. That's when America was passed over. That's when it became, it was once, July 3rd, 1776, America was called the 13 colonies, see, of Great Britain. On July 4th, the next day, it became the 13 states of the United States of America. So why is my historical date now not historical? When I started a company and I had to save the country because I started a company, but now black preachers is not supporting the company. Even if you don't support the country, why not support the company in a country where your people are unemployed and they're underpaid, but this corporation done emancipated them from the debt that they paying you tithes to get. See, and I'm showing you that on the money that you taking as a tithe, as an offering from God, it says that it's a debt for all it's legal tender for all debts, private and public. So it's a debt. So now, according to the scripture, I'm not supposed to take a debt. I'm not supposed to be in debt. See, I'm supposed to be a lender, not a borrower. So now, if I'm in court and I know that money is a debt, but the black churches is taking money as a tithe or offering, well, wouldn't that be why black people in debt? Because they indebted to the money that's a debt for all debts. It's legal tender for all debts, private and public. So if I'd have took the money, see, I wouldn't have been able to pay your debt and still have value, because I would have had to give the money back to the person who owned your debts. Now, you would be out of debt and I would be out of money. See what I'm saying? Just like I am now. But see, I would rather pay your debts in a service to my country. And then my country said in Amendment 14, Section 4, that my bounty couldn't be questioned. So therefore, I use the value of my truth to pay for the education that you got under a lie. Then I'm using the true education that you have gotten from the experience of the education that you were sold, so you can now become free to develop new ways of doing things. See, because now the rich man say what you could do and how you do it. But once I, who am a worker, sued my boss, who is the United States, for my emancipation, well, now I can now let us innovate, not ourselves out of business, but innovate ourselves as a business. See, so now I'm saying, well, hey man, if you inspire to have a corporation, then I inspire to help you become what you inspire to be. But now let me enjoy the fruits of your labor. See, I'm saying give me 20% from the investment I made. See, and now why would I need money when I'm imploring all of the innovators to innovate? See what I'm saying? See, this is what I'm telling the selfish man. I'm saying you had all of us, man, but you done allowed yourself to become vulnerable through your hate, and now you're biblical in nature. So see, so now thou turneth man to destruction, and saith, return ye children of men. See, so I'm saying, see, that's what I'm saying. How could I teach this and leave out me and what I did? See, so your preacher might have committed a murder. He and she may have sold dope. They might have been prostitutes, pimps, whatever. Then they became your preacher. See? So now, why do they take out their story? See? And then why they don't lead like they once was led, right? So if they made money with the devil, why they won't show you how to make money with God? But they making money with the devil and God, don't you see? Why you can't make that transition with them? See what I'm saying? Say, well, you was once like me and now you like you, but we all can't be preachers. See? But we all could become something that we inspire to be legally if somebody would be everything. So I had to be everything inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida to give you the right to be something. See, I don't know what you want to be, but I was hoping that you wanted to be something more than you are. And then I wanted to show you, if you thought you was something, how they would take everything you think you are. And see, then I'm showing you why I was able to allow them to take it, because my mother told me and my father that I make money. Money don't make me. So I never had the mentality that money made me. So when they took the money, I wanted to show y'all the man I made. See, and now you don't want me to get credit for the man I am. And I'm saying, well, who made me if you think I'm crazy? If my family think I'm crazy, how they made me? They think I'm crazy for being me. But I think they crazy for believing in God. See? But anyway, for 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past, and as watch in the night. See that? Now that's what I'm saying, right? I'm saying you saying Jesus over 2,000 years ago was crucified for you. Now, Psalms 90 says, for 1,000 years in thy sight. So now, I'm saying, according to their description, my opponent's description of God, right, that I fit that description, right? But it's not my description, but the black people mad with me. See, the slave is mad at me for fitting the description of my opponent's God. So I'm asking the slave, right? I'm saying, well, what is your description of your God? But you just say, I'm not it, right? And I'm saying, well, okay, bruh, but why would you help this man defeat me? Is he your God? You helping him? So wouldn't you be the devil's advocate? You helping the devil? In my case that I'm making inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And my family and friends is making a case for me being insane. Okay, okay, now this is the Webster's definition of God. The being. I'm a being, and I'm inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in writing, in a motion that I myself wrote when I was 39 years old. I was 39 when I started writing the Torah, the New Testament, the Quran. See, because I encompassed all of these great literatures in my motion because I had to fight this ideology. And I'm saying, well, why don't you come to court? You won't come to court, but you starving me. I'm out here starving. So now I'm saying I'm the being perfect in power, wisdom, and goodness inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, who is worshiped as in by the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, for which then fulfills John 1's testimony that John gave, that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. See, now I'm in words inside of the civil and criminal courthouses. I'm in words, and the words are protected by the law. That's not Jesus, that's me, right? But now you mad with me, and it say in my eyes it's only 1,000 years your crime. I just read it in your understanding that shows that I'm approved according to this definition. See, as creator and ruler of the universe, see, the laws said I am, not no man, not no woman, and not no child. See, I went in the court and the law bowed to me, and I command it. It does not command me. So me and the law is not even on the same level. I command it. How can I not be God of gods if I am the God of the word itself? I took it from you. You have no legal rights to the word, not no legal word. And even if you make it illegal, I make it legal when I use it. So see, that's why you're afraid of me, devil. See, but the kids, see, they supposed to return to me. See, men, children, that's what the Bible say, right? See, a liar would never concede to the truth because they liars. See, so now, see, it says, so for 1,000 years in thy, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated site, inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, are but as yesterday in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida when it is passed on November 13th in 2023 at 5:46 in the morning. See, now, how am I adding to this that is already written and not be a New Testament if Jesus is a New Testament and this was written before Jesus? So this should have been Jesus. See, this is what the high priest Caiaphas then was supposed to be teaching. This is the scriptures. So how can they be as wrong as you all and you all not be as wrong as they were in my sight? I'm reading, so how are you approved? And I'm showing that the scripture disapprove of you, just like I disapprove of you. See, you are now the men and women who have been destroyed. But now you the masses who destroying the children intellectually. So you are now enslaving your children to ignorance. See, you're not teaching them because this is history. So this is going to be taught. So look, they're going to do the same thing you doing. They not going to do what I'm doing to save them. They're going to do what you doing for whatever reason why you doing it. But you don't want to tell them you wrong. So when they going to know I'm right? When you start lying and start selling the truth that you can't afford, who in this generation can afford my truth when you won't allow me to live off of it? See, but now this getting long, but so I had another one that I wrote, but see, I can't even get through this. But it say, thou, okay, now this is 5, thou carriest them away as with a flood. See, did I, inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, did I not carry the wicked away? But I ain't supposed to say that. They are as a sleep in the morning. They are like, yeah, they are like grass which groweth up. Grass, so now if you don't cut your yard, that's wild. That's not manicured. See what I'm saying? If you don't cut your yard, look how it would look. And this is what this man's saying. You are like a grass that grows. It's not manicured. Look, here it is right here. Thou carriest them away as with a flood. They are as a sleep in the morning. They are like grass which groweth up. See, you're not manicured. You're not maintained. See, your preachers are maintained. See, you supposed to look as good as they look. See, but I'm coming to you looking like you look. Because I'm saying, now why your preacher is not trying to employ you to become a better version of yourself like they are a better version of themselves. But like I say, they got paid when they work for the devil and they getting paid when they working for God. But when are they paying anybody, or when are they providing for the people like Jesus did and like I'm doing? See, they ain't doing that, but they eating every day. See, off of the church. See, now they say, well, what about the works? I'm saying, what works you doing when you telling them about the works that was done? See, I'm telling them about the works that was done as I show myself approved with the works that I did, as I'm now doing the works that you doing. So now I'm doing the works of a preacher, and I'm also doing the works of a God, because I'm doing the works that Jesus did, but then I'm perfecting the works by the law. See, so am I not fulfilling the works with the law of perfection? And then I'm showing you in your understanding that you should be approved of me. See what I'm saying? But look, so in the morning it flourishes and groweth up. In the evening it is cut down and withers. See, so now you're being manicured in the evening. But in the light of the day, you're wild. See, in the morning, it flourisheth, see, and grows up. Now, that make it seem like you manicured, but if you cut grass, you know that when it grows up, it grows wild. So now, when you cut it down, that's at night. So that's like, so is this not telling you about how the truth will cut you down in the darkness of the day? It'll manicure you. So now when you look at it from my understanding, I'm saying, well, see how I cut the grass inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida when it was night? That's how I can look at this and understand what it's saying. See, but now you saying I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm saying, well, I'm in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, manicuring the lawn. Why I'm not a landscaper. I'm tilling the field. I'm turning over the soil. You the one don't want to be a new seed of development. You want to say that you already developed. But I'm saying if you in poverty or you got money and no knowledge, if all you know how to do is entertain, how you free? See? How you gonna retire from entertaining and be as wealthy as you was when you was an entertainer? See, me, I worked and I'm way more wealthier now that I'm entertaining. See what I'm saying? Because I worked first. Now I got knowledge that I'm gonna work, but now I have to entertain the mind so the mind can be fertile enough so I can plant this seed in it so it can then save the body from the torment of misdirection and confusion. See, because you're dealing with an illusionist. See, they can't go through this and put themselves and then bring it to this present time. See, they want to keep you in the Bible. See, I done took you out of the Bible. I done took you to the Black's Laws Dictionary. See, I done took you to the Webster Dictionary. See what I'm saying? We done been in 3 books. And then I'm telling you my story. See, that's 4 books. See, because I'm a book right now. This going to be a book, but this going to be a excerpt of the book that I wrote. See, I wrote a book, but it's getting too late. See, but because I'm trying to finish this. So, okay. So I don't know if I'm going to do it today. I might do it tomorrow because I don't want to do more than one. Okay, for we are consumed by thine anger. See, oh, boy, I'm telling you, I'm pissed off, but see, and you consumed by it. Okay, let me see. Come on, man. And by thy wrath are we troubled, the boys. But my wife, see, she told me to forgive. So I'm mad at myself. That's what I'm telling you. See, I'm mad at me for not listening to my daddy, but listening to my friend. Man, my daddy whooped me one time. I got the well, he whooped me with an extension cord. Cause I said I was over my friend's house. And he whooped me with an extension cord. And he said, you ain't got no friends. And I should have listened to it. Cause now I don't have no friends, but I got an ass whooping. Oh, I ain't supposed to curse. I'm mad, but okay. All right, but for we are consumed by thine anger in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. And by thy wrath are we troubled in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida. Thou hast set our iniquities before thee in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida. Okay, now let me see. Our secret sins in the light of thy countenance. See, that, okay, now let's look at countenance. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up on the Black's Laws. Let me see, count. Damn, this damn thing. They look at that, they didn't even give me the C. Okay. Hold on. Damn. I don't see it. Hold on. Let me look at it again. And I done got pissed off, you know. Let me see, you know, man, this thing done made me mad. See, and then it ain't. See, then it doesn't. What the hell? Continuation. Okay, dog. Okay, now I gotta go to it's not saying it's there. Countenance. Okay, look. It's calm expression, mental composure. See, that's what that is, countenance. So see, now, isn't that what I'm doing? Like, I'm showing you my mental composure. See, that's what how am I not supposed to teach this and see myself in it? See, thou hast set our iniquities before thee, right? That's me. I set y'all iniquity before me. See, thou is me. That's what I'm showing y'all. Like, I could have made a deal with them, but what I did is I legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally set their iniquities before me as the judge. See, that's what I'm saying. They tried to say I had iniquity, right? I lost my house, I lost my grandmama, I lost this, see, that was saying my iniquity. So I had to catch their lies about me, go into court and make them come in and tell my wife and children that they lied on me. Then when they didn't do that, I went and got the president and made him come down and say, now you tell them to tell my wife that I didn't lose our house. But see, now you got spiritual people in human affairs. See, but they said your God is supposed to intercede for you, not you. See, but now why your God is not in court with me interceding for you? But I'm in court interceding for you. But you out of court stopping me from getting back to my wife. But you say you not committing the crime. See, your countenance. See, for all our days are passed away in thy wrath. See, 15 years have passed away. But who was in wrath? The people who spit in my face, the people who spit in Jesus' face. See, wouldn't the descendants of the high priest Caiaphas be in wrath because they now doing the same thing he did to hide their crimes done in the name of religion? Because I'm not a religious man, so I'm saying, well, why am I now having to teach myself to show myself approved by something that I never learned? But I learned how to be me. And then I went into court and I read the Florida rules of court that my daddy showed me where to go get the information, and I defended my personhood. See, and then I defend my manhood, then I defended my country. Then I defended my birth state. Well, first I defended my birth state where I was born. So wouldn't that be like Jesus defending Bethlehem, even though he was born in a manger? See, I was born in Halifax Hospital, but I was raised in South Street Projects. See, that's not a manger. But anyway, okay, for our days have passed away in thy wrath. We spent our years as a tale that is told. My ass. That ain't y'all? Let me read that again. For our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. See a story being told. But when I went in, now I'm being shut down. But I'm saying, well, you telling everybody else's story, why can't I tell mine? You telling everybody else's story and getting paid to tell it. But now I can't get paid to tell my own story. That ain't a crime. So I'm not approved until you approve me, but you gonna get paid. I'm not gonna get paid. My wife not gonna get paid. My kids not gonna get paid, but you gonna get paid. Isn't that the high priest Caiaphas descendants? They the only ones getting paid. Everybody else paying them. But Jesus saved us all, didn't he? So why do only some of us get paid and the rest of us just get told the story? Some of us get paid to tell the story, and others gotta pay to hear the story be told. So wouldn't that be this right here? For our days are passed away in thy wrath. Inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, somebody done been mad with me and done starved me and kept me away from my wife and my children. So who wrath am I in? if I'm in court being defended by the word, but I'm out here being starved by preachers, politicians, so-called good people. So where is the good people that the church, the temple, the synagogue, and the mosque is supposed to produce, right? If that is a production company, where is the products? These people trying to kill me. They starving me. So that is what the churches, the temples, the synagogues, and the mosques has produced. Where is the good people? Where is the harvest? When you reaping the same thing Jesus reaped, right? I'm getting persecuted. Dr. Martin Luther King got shot in the neck. Minister Malcolm X got shot in front of his wife and children. That ain't the same thing happened to Jesus. Jesus was crucified in front of his brothers and his mother. Minister Malcolm X was shot in front of his wife and his children. That's his family. Jesus was crucified in front of his family. I'm being persecuted in front of my family. Where is the good people? The scripture keeps saying that y'all are not good people. When are you going to choose to be like Jesus instead of hear about Jesus? You can help somebody, man. You can be Christ-like. The days of our years are 80 years and 10. And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength, labor, and sorrow. For it is soon cut off, and we fly away. So now, did they not take my job? See, like, look, it yet is thy strength, labor, and sorrow. So when they took my labor away, right, then my wife them went into sorrow, but I was in joy because they took my labor away. See, I'm saying I didn't have to work no more. Now I'm working my intellectual property. That is way more valuable than my physical strength. See, that what I kept telling my family. I'm saying now they have allowed me to take my rightful place, but you are in sorrow. I'm saying, why are you mad that I'm retiring? I'm not dying, I'm retiring. And I was 39 years old when I sued my boss for my retirement, the United States Postal Service. I was retired, I was 39. They fired me twice. This time I retired. I had 6 EEOs on them. I could retire. That's the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I'm showing y'all, I'm saying, look, I put it into use. See, I didn't just let it sit there dormant. I then manicured it. I grew it, then I cut it, and I made it beautiful. See, I started taking care of it. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, I grew it like you grow your lawn. And then I started manicuring it. So when you saw it, it would be beautiful like my yard used to be. Man, my yard, I used to go out there, when them people mess with me, I used to go home and go out in my yard. That was my sanctuary. See, my family was in the house. I used to go out in my yard for hours after I got off from work and just I used to get on my knees and pull weeds, just lay in my yard and take care of it and talk to it. And it was beautiful. Man, my yard was beautiful. I'm telling you, because I put the time in. That's what I keep telling you, man. I poured into my life, see? And my life was beautiful because I put the time in. That's all I'm telling you. You can't talk about beauty. You got to till the field of beauty. So when it then grows wild and thick, then when you cut it, it be thick, but manicured. It used to, like when you walked in my yard, your foot would sink into the grass, and I had just cut it. See, I cut it as high as my lawnmower could go. And so it was high, but it was manicured. See, but I'm getting late here. Let me see. Okay. Who knoweth the power of thine anger? Even according to thy fear, so is thy wrath. And see, See, that what I'm telling. See, I was scared of my father. So this is what I'm saying. Who know of the power of thine anger? See, like my daddy made me very like I get blindly angry. Like, see, people act like they want it, but they don't want it. See what I'm saying? Cause you're gonna have to kill me, cause I'm gonna be trying to kill you. See what I'm saying? So you think you want it, but my daddy done made me like. See, I'm like them other people, but my mama made me calm. See, I used to be like my daddy, pop off. But see, my mama was telling me, like, hey man, you gotta do it this way. See, that's your daddy way, but you do it this way, cause then it's everlasting. See, like if you do it that way, that's temporary. See how you keep getting in trouble? See how I gotta keep going to these people cause you done this, you done that. See what I'm saying? So then she talking to me, saying, see, you know, boy, you dangerous and you hateful. And she used to say that. And then I'm like, okay, Mom, all right, okay. See, and now I'm talking to y'all and I'm saying, see, but this is what my mama said, see, but this is what my daddy was saying. See, and I'm saying, see, I'm telling you about my family. I'm not talking about Jesus' family. I'm saying, see, now I'm stuck between my mama and my daddy and my grandmama and my Aunt Felda, see, my Uncle Don, my Uncle Lonnie, my Uncle Jonathan. See, those are my Uncle Larry. See, I'm caught with my Aunt T Chanel, my Uncle Cedric. See, I'm all of them, and then I'm me. I'm a piece of them, and then I'm me. So I took the best of them and created me. See, that's why I can tell you when I changed, when my partner said this. I'm telling you, I'm saying, well, I used to be like that, but he said this. One person, made me care for you because I was like that. I didn't care. And I told my daughter, I'm saying, see, when I was in school, I didn't care. I was just showing them I was smarter than them. See, I'm saying I don't take a book home, I don't do nothing, and you gotta try to fail me. And I'm still a senior. Still, I'm on the cup. See, that's all I wanted. I wanted to be on the cup to show not my daughter, I really didn't want kids, but I wanted to show myself that, see, I was a senior. And then I was gonna graduate, but then I was gonna cut a fool, see? And that would have been part of my story. So maybe that's why I was kicked out of school. So I have this story. See, because I'm thinking, right? Because they say it's 1,000 years is but a day. So see, when I try to act up, my legacy won't allow me because I get thrown out of something. And then I have to fight to get my legacy back in order. See, because like I say, everybody looking at me in high school, but they not looking at how I fought to get to who I am. See, I had to fight myself. No man could even, he wasn't even in the picture. I wasn't even worried about him because I had did everything I needed to do to defeat him. I had to defeat me. See, I had to not punch him in the face. see, I had to stop. see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm talking about? Ooh. But anyway, okay, let's get back to what we're doing here. So now it says, so who know of the power of thine anger, and even according to thy fear. So see, I used to fear my father, but once I stopped fearing him, I feared no man. No man. See, once I feared my daddy, and no man after that. No man. Because I was trying to get rid of my daddy, so what a man is. Who you? You feel me? You messing with my wife and my children, who you, man? You hear me? But I ain't, who am I? I ain't nobody, but boy, if it was just me and you, I wouldn't have no problems. You have one, but not for long though. But okay. So is thy wrath. See what I'm saying? Like, I know that I'm mad enough to kill. See, but that my fear of my wife seeing me and my daughter and my son make me realize that I have already done everything I need to do according to Pontius Pilate. See, I'm wiping my hands see, of my work. I'm marveling over what I've done. see, and I'm laughing, but my daughter know I'm madder than the mother. But ain't nothing I can do, you see, but laugh. But I know that I done handled my business. Yeah, woo. So teach us the number of our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Let me say that again. Teach us to number our days. See, that's what my daddy did. That's what my mama did. That's what my Aunt Felder did. My Uncle Jonathan, my Uncle Don, my Aunt Felder. See, they all taught me how to number my days. That's why I was ready to go to court with the days that I had numbered. See, I wasn't trying to number Jesus' days or my daddy days or my mama days. See, I was numbering my days. That's why I know where I was. I know what I was doing when I was doing it. I got time cards to show where I was and who I was working for. See, so you can't make me be something I'm not, and you couldn't put me where I wasn't. See what I was on a route, man. I was working. See, so that's why I know my cup is running over, because I filled it and I allowed it to run over. See what I'm saying? See, I filled it and I allowed it to run over. See, that's why I can tell you about how I filled it with over 100 books, and I have written over 100 books. So how my mind is not a cup that's running over. But you, see, so teach us to number our days, but you have taken 15 years of numbered days. You Christians, Muslims alike, see, you're just like atheist children. See, that's why I say God's children, Allah's children, and my atheist children. Because now you are all non-believers in me. And I am the description of my enemy's God. So now all of y'all is helping my enemy stay in power. So wouldn't y'all be anti-truth religiously? You doing it day in and day out. See, so teach us to number our days. Who taught y'all to waste 15 years of numbered days that was numbered inside of the judgment hall in Jerusalem to inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And then in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. See, I have numbered the days from Calvary's cross into redemption's birth inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, where my truth set me free. And I chose to then allow it to defend you for eternity and beyond infinity inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida. And you have paid me back by starving me for 15 years. Now, what days have you numbered for your child other than they gonna have to pay for your iniquity for 3 or 4 generations? See how you numbered your children for 3 or 4 generations, and I counted my days? See, I numbered my days, and you now have put your children's children in jeopardy for 3 or 4 generations, Christians, Muslims, for whom are now atheists. See, but you talk about me, but look at the Bible talking about you. See, so teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. See, 2,000 years and y'all more ignorant now than you was 2,000 years ago. You have committed the same atrocity with evidence of the atrocity you committing, and you starve me as you starve a child. Now, when did Jesus say starve anybody. He said, if you do this to the least of these, you do it unto me. And you have starved me for 15 years, United States of America. So how you not the one they say that they are deceived the whole world? Is now the United States of America who's starving me is not deceiving the whole world? So return, O Lord, how long? Now this is a question. Return. So Moses is asking the Lord to return. If they say Moses wrote Psalms 90. And I'm saying, well, I came inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida and proved my arrival inside of the state attorney's office for the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And they rejected me and put me in a mental hospital 8 times and have starved me for 15 years in the name of a God that the state of Florida say they trust in. So what God do a liar trust in if the liar's God is not an anti-God? Because they say that a liar is a murderer from the beginning. When was Jesus a murderer? So if Jesus was murdered, then wouldn't the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priest, the high priest, the scribes, and the elders be murderers if Jesus was murdered? What the scriptures say. But it say, return, O Lord, how long? He asking. But I'm saying, well, I came on August 12th as the Lord inside of the place where judgment is supposed to be rendered. And I'm out here in the court of public opinion by black preachers and black ministers who being fed by the multitude is not starving me. So they won't feed one Lord, but yet they feeding y'all gods? Shit. Okay. Oh, I ain't supposed to curse. Okay. Now, return, O Lord, how long, and let it repent thee concerning thy servants. Huh? So now he's saying you got to return because these people gone, right? So he said, return, O Lord, how long? Now I'm saying that it was from Jesus walking, riding the coat and the ass in tow, going into Jerusalem. So that was when it started. That's after Moses started it, right? So see, it's Moses, then it's Jesus, then it's Minister Malcolm. We talking spiritual. It's Gandhi, Minister Malcolm X. See, Buddha. See, those are spiritual deities. See, but you don't want to see Dr. Martin Luther King as a deity. And I'm saying, how is he not? He different from everybody. He rose to a level of prominence. Wouldn't that be like Joseph, who was a slave, but then he rose to a level of prominence in Egypt? Well, wouldn't that be Minister Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King? Minister Malcolm X was a pimp, a thief, and he ended up being a leader. That ain't a deity. See, but what is a deity to a slave when Moses is not? So why would you celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King and not Minister Malcolm X? See, like, why wouldn't you see one deity and the Bible says that we are gods? That's what Jesus said. So wouldn't the deities be in the image of Jesus if they have rise to the level of prominence and then they was executed as Jesus was? So how could Jesus be a deity and Minister Malcolm X not be a deity and they were working for the same deity? If they were used by a God, then how wouldn't they be at least a little G? If a big G used them, why they wouldn't be a little G? But how could they be little to you, who not a God at all? So how could Minister Malcolm X be a little God to you, for whom was his servant? See, you sick. See, that's why you do not take over, because you don't want to get. You don't want to be persecuted. You want to be worshiped. See, that man didn't want to be worshiped. He wanted to be relevant. see, he wanted to be of service. That's why you see the service that he gave. It was lip service, but it was service from the temple of the man, the mind. See, that man gave us a piece of his mind, and you squander it ignorantly. See, Dr. Martin Luther King gave us a piece of his mind, and you squander it ignorantly. I have given you my mind daily, and you squander it ignorantly daily. So when I'm gone, what you gonna have to replace me other than an ignorant mind? See, how long you gonna be ignorant? And let it repent. See, so how can ignorance repent to thee without it being an ignorant repentance? See, you have to repent wisely, so then you become wiser in your repentance. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how to teach this without showing you. See what I'm saying? So now, it says, oh, satisfy us early with thy mercy. So see, early, before you even known me, I had already satisfied my mercy inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. See, that's why I'm telling you that I am merciful. See, and I'm telling you why. I'm saying my wife, just like the Bible say, Pontius Pilate said, his wife said, she have suffered many things over this man. See what I'm saying? She was talking about Jesus. Well, my wife came because she saw what was happening and she know me. So she's saying, Tommy, forgive. See, so I'm saying, okay, babe, okay. Now I'm forgiven. See, but I can't forgive the devil and show you mercy. I have to punish the devil and correct you with grace. see, but you got to be corrected unless you're going to corrupt. So if you have been corrupted, that's why Jesus say, forgive them, Father, because they know not what they do. So I am punishing your corrupter, and then I am correcting you. See, I'm saying now, I'm forgiving you because you know not what you do. But how you saying you don't know what you did for 15 years when I'm telling you starving me and then you spit in my face? So you didn't know you spit in my face? See, come on, man. See, but if I do something, you can then, that's called plausible deniability. See, I didn't do it. I did that. See, and I'm saying, no, see, by me not reacting to your action, now I can now testify to what you did. See, now you gonna have to lie. See, you know how you, no, that wasn't no, see, that wasn't like when you talking and some spit, It's when you put it under your tongue and you spray it. See, you sprayed it in my face. You did, it wasn't no spit, it was spit. See, and every damn day I tell on your ass, every day. 'Cause I want them to spit on you. All day for me, just spit on your ass. Cock up coal and spit it in your fucking face. Man, I done got me. All right. Sorry, guy or woman, whoever you were. Okay, oh, satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. See, so now this is what I did, right? So I say, oh, satisfy us early in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. With thy mercy on November 13th at 2023 at 6:23 in the morning, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and detentions, and in judgment halls all over the world. See, until you then get out of that mindset that's got you in the condition you are in. See, now once you change your mindset, you're gonna be like me. See, you're going to become mentally free enough to change your circumstances. See, but if I would have kept my mind in the gutter, I would be in the gutter that my mind in. See, but now that my mind is free from the gutter, even though my body is illegally placed in the gutter, my mind is starving for tomorrow. See, because I know tomorrow is going to be better than today, because what I did yesterday preparing for a better tomorrow. See, so that's why when it says you're supposed to get it by the sweat of your brow, I understand that. So, okay, now I say, oh, look, check this. Make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us. Afflicted us. See, I'm saying affected. See, I'm talking about me. But, okay, he say afflicted, and I'm saying, well, the only people that I afflicted is those who inflicted pain on me. So I counted their infliction with an affliction. See, so they tried to afflict me, then I put an affliction on them with the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964. See, I put what they wanted on me, I put on them, and I took it off of your children. And I thought I was taking it off of you, but see, your iniquities has placed it back on you and your children. See, and I'm saying, well, why would you then punish my children for your iniquity? That's not according to the scriptures. See, your children is supposed to be punished for your iniquities, not mine. My children is supposed to be punished for my iniquities. That's why I'm in court proving I have none. See, I'm in court. See, so you in church, you in a temple, you in a synagogue, you in a mosque, but I'm in court where Jesus was, proving that I have no iniquity, where iniquity is supposed to be proven. Either you're supposed to prove it beyond the shadow of a legal doubt that I have iniquity, or you're supposed to exonerate me for somebody saying that I have iniquity. We in court. You're not supposed to just leave it open-ended. That's a crime. That's slander. That's defamation. See, so now it say, make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. Ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, you've been afflicted. See, and the years wherein, see the 15 years that you have been legally afflicted, wherein we have seen evil in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. See, now am I wrong? I have seen it on TV. See, so now when are you all gonna start doing right by each other so you will get out of this punishment that now they say Moses has written? Moses. So they just said they added to the Torah. Or they lied about the Torah. So somebody done lied. And I'm proving it on November 13th, 2023 at 6:28 when I'm saying that they say Moses wrote Psalms. See? Now let thy work appear unto thy servants. See, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. See, so how can my works appear before you if I didn't manifest my works inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning before the judges who violated the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 in the judgment hall in Jerusalem. Because if it's in my sight, it's on 1,000 years, then wouldn't that be 2,000 years in my sight? So wouldn't we then go back 2,000 years to see what's going on 2,000 years later? If it happened 2,000 years ago and now it happened in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, when is it going to be a crime in your eyes? Because it's a crime in my eyes. When is it going to be a crime? But then, like my partner say, everybody right in their own eyes. So that means your truth and your righteousness change with your understanding. Because that's what your eyes see, what you understand. But hey, I guess that's, I don't know. So let thy work appear unto thy servants, and thy glory unto thy children. Now, see, that's what I was just saying. I'm saying, see, my children know who their daddy is. See, when we close our house to the world, the kids inside the house, they study their daddy. They got to, because they got to know what they can get away with, what they can't. So my kids know you ain't going to get away with no game with him. You are better off just tell him the truth. And see, just tell him what time it is, and he'll tell you what time it is. But if you come at him with some game, he's going to shut you down. See, and I'm letting them know. I'm saying, man, you know my life. You can't come to your dad. I don't read the Bible. I lived in the real world. So you can't come to me with a game, because I'm from the real world. And I'm trying to show you how to survive the real world I came from. See, I'm not one of these dudes that wasn't allowed to do. Man, I could do whatever I wanted to do, man. I didn't have to go to school. I didn't have to do nothing. My family didn't know if I went to school or not. I come in 2 o'clock in the morning on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. See, I had to do it for myself, and they made me mad. So see, now I'm showing my daughter and my son, I'm saying, see, when I was a kid, I didn't care. But now that I have children, I have to care. Because I got to show you who I am. See, so now check this. Let thy works appear unto thy servants in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails and prisons all over the world. See, that's what I'm doing now. See, I'm letting my works appear before you, because I'm coming to you, telling you about the works that I've done. And then I'm showing thy children, which is Tamika Rayshawn Council and Tommy Chancey Council Jr., my glory. And I'm saying you should never be ashamed of your father, because I am your father. And I'm taking all of your shame away. See, now, I may have brought you pain from the confusion, but now, am I not bringing you glory? Aren't you proud of your father? See? Now, and let the beauty of the Lord our God be upon us. See, well, who fulfilling this if I'm not the Lord? Like, and I'm saying I'm the definition of their God who interpreted this. I'm not saying I'm your God, see, because you rejected me and you got the right to do that. But see, I couldn't reject my mission, see, or my children wouldn't have been able to see their father. They'd have saw what the devil wanted them to see. See, what I wanted them to see is the devil, not me. But see, they saw their father all the time. See, now they see me in and out the house. See, you only see me now. They saw me then. They seen me all their life. So now, if I start lying and saying, well, man, I read the Bible, my daughter will know, man, Daddy, you ain't never read the Bible. So why would I lie to my child, and then my child's supposed to see my glory? See, how can I fulfill this? Let thy works appear upon thy servants, and thy glory unto thy children. How could I do that if I didn't do either? If I didn't be myself, I couldn't show my works to my servants, nor my glory to my children, because I failed to be me. But now that I am me, you want to kill me in front of my children like you did Minister Malcolm X. So when are you all guilty of killing Minister Malcolm X if you're not guilty of trying to kill me? So see, you keep sacrificing people for what? To lead people astray. So when are you guilty? See, that's what when the church guilty of leading people astray. And let the beauty of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish thou the work of our hands upon us. Ye, the works of our hands, establish thou it. Come on, man. Damn, that's me. I done all that. Now, I'm not supposed to teach this in my truth. How would you become inspired by something if I didn't show you that I have done it? Just me telling you it, you inspired, but me doing it, you enraged. So hold on, let me do it again, because this is it. It say, because this 17, it say, and let the beauty of the Lord our God inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12, in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, be upon us in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. And legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally established thou, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, the work of our hands in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, upon us in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails and prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. See how I have my legal hand on you, where the devil can't touch you, because I got the law around you. I got the Bible, the Quran, and everything protecting you from your preachers, from your ministers, from the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, Pontius Pilate, Caesar, Attila the Hun. See, no matter who they are, before me, I have the word on them and their descendants. It's for you, who they are deceiving daily. Now, so the works of our hands upon us, ye, the works of our hands legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally established, thou, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, it, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as on November 13th in 2023 at 6:37 in the morning.